Okay, today we're working on the Z335E John Deere. This is a 2017 model, and my throttle lever, the actual cable itself, broke. This is just limp, and this is where it broke at. It broke off right here at that 90-degree bend. That's where it broke off at. But we're gonna replace it today. I have not done this. I talked to some of the technicians up there, and I'll walk you through the steps. I'm kind of learning through myself. So, alright, the first thing that we're going to do is disconnect this sensor off the seat and pull these levers up. That's step one. Alright, once you get the seat off and the seat up, you unplug that, take this clip and undo it. You take these pins, you slide them out. Now the seat should come right off. There's the seat. That's part one. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is take off the arms that control the machine. There's 2 bolts on each side and nuts. You take off, and you can just use the actual deck leveling tool that just comes off from the deck. So you can put it in there, or you can level. But this actually got a socket in there, and this socket actually does, if I'm not mistaken, the dealer said like 60 to 80% of the bolts on this machine. You can just use this. So that's what we're using. So we're going to take off the 2 arms and continue from there. Alright, next we got to take off the 2 springs, the hole that goes underneath the seat. There's a bolt down there. It's 10 millimeter. I suggest getting a extension to get down in there, and we're just going to bust those off now. Alright, next we got to pull these little tabs out. You just take a little flathead screwdriver and you pop them out. I see one here. There's one down there. One by the arm. Another one by the arm. There's another one back here. That's all I see right now, but let's get those out and we'll see what's next. Alright, the back ones were a little annoying, but they weren't impossible. I think this thing only had 5, well, not counting the coil springs. Probably 6, 7 of these things, but I think it's ready to come off. But we'll need 2 hands to get it off. So far, project's not very difficult at all. But let's pull this cover off and let's go from there. Okay, well, we just pulled the cover off. Pretty easy. It was only those 5 tabs plus the 2 for the coil spring for the seat. Before you take the cable off, come to the back and mark your old cable where the clamp holds it together from the back. So you, when you put the new one on, you know where you can mark your new one when you lay it next to it, so you don't have problems with the throttle going up too high or too low. This is just what factory setting is, so just mark your cable before you do this. This would be trust me, you'll save yourself a whole bunch of headache if you do this. But we're going to take off the actual lever. There's star bits in here. I don't know what size they are. The mechanic up at the dealership said he thinks they're like T25 or 26, but I got a bunch of star bits. I don't know what size it's going to be, but I'll find something to fit in there. And you just take off this one, and this one over here. Alright, took the bolts out of that. Make sure you loop your thread cable over that. And then next, it's kind of tight in here, and I may not have to do this, but I'm going to take off the shield. There's a bolt down there. Looks like there's one here. There's one on the other side. I'm going to take those off, and it's a 13 millimeter socket. And that should fall straight down, and after that, I'll have plenty of room to get to the throttle cable bolt, or nut, I'm sorry. Alright, that was when I took those two bolts off, it got trapped in here behind the actual bumper. So right here, I just loosened up those two nuts, let this swing out a little bit, and I got it out. And I don't know if I need to take the other side off to put it back in. Probably not, because I got it out pretty easy. So next, we're gonna hit this nut right here. And like I said, make sure you mark that right before you take it off. Okay, I got the cable off. It was kind of difficult, but here's the end of the cable. What I did was I turned this all the way back to like so, and I was able to maneuver it out that hole right there. It was a little bit easier when you push it towards the actual lever by itself. So now we're going to try to get these lever off. Alright, now I'm going to try to show you with one hand how to get this off. It should just fit right through there and comes out of that way back there. And there she is. Got her off. Now we're going to lure it up next to the other one and mark it. Alright. Trying to feed it through that hole. That was a little bit annoying, actually. I mean, you got another cable that's going through that hole, and you gotta go like around it. So I don't know if mine was just happened to be that way, but that was a little bit annoying. But now we're gonna throw that back through the hole there, run this in the back side. Got my markings on a new one. Put it back on there and put it all back together. It should be good. Alright, I pushed it outside to blow out all that debris in there. I didn't get all of it, but I blew most of it out. And put the cable back on there. It seems to work good. You can see it changing back here. Looks like really good. I guess we're going to put the cover back on, and the tabs, and the coil for the coil springs for the seat, and the arms back on, and put the seat back on, and connect the seat sensor, and then we're going to turn her on and try her out. And I left this disconnected. This is going to be the last thing I put back on in case I have to come back here and adjust, but I think we're going to be okay. Alright, so the next clip you're going to see is it back up and running. I had to adjust the throttle a little bit, the cable. I end up going a little bit more inward because it had like it would only go from like half up, and so I was only probably getting 60-70% throttle. So I pushed it. I pulled it out. I pulled it away from the lever over here. So it runs pretty good. It runs about the same. I'm gonna leave it there. I may adjust it down the road, but now all I gotta do is put the heat shield back on. I'm going to wait until it cools off a little bit, and that's how you change the throttle cable for a Z335E. You guys have a good one. Remember to put a thumbs up on the video, and subscribe if you want to see more to come. Thank you. You guys have a good one.